check in. How everybody doing this morning on this January 1st, 2025? Hope everybody having a fantastic morning. I know I am. Why? Because I woke up this morning and now I'm here with y'all, so I'm happy. Can't even front. Hope a lot of you guys are not still working on trying to get up. Probably having a little hangover right now because I'm sure, you probably enjoyed yourself, had a little bit of drinks and all of that. But I'm also going to assume that not a lot of my followers and people that come on the show probably don't drink too much. So you guys probably didn't hang out too late, didn't have too many drinks, and it wasn't too crazy for y'all last night. But for the other people that did, hope you guys are having a fantastic morning. You might have to go ahead and take a hit of the hair of the dog that bit you just to get yourself together, because sometimes it requires that. But me over here, real happy, real positive, feeling real good this morning about coming on the show. We had a really good show yesterday. Guys went down to Times Square and that was crazy, so yeah. But again, we got an 8-piece banger today. Real big news going on that you guys probably didn't hear about, so we had to get all around the world and basically check in around, find out what's going on around the world, see really what's happening, so I can get all this information to bring it back to you guys. Like I always say, I appreciate you for coming, because you could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came in to chill with me, I appreciate you. Let's get to our titles. What we got? US Treasury hacked by China. This is something that I have not seen on the news or even heard about. But the US Treasury, yes, the Treasury has been hacked by China. So this is another thing that's pretty crazy to me. There's a lot of hacking going on, a lot of people trying to get, sneaky things to try to get money and all of that. It feels to me like a last-ditch effort before who comes into office. A lot of stuff is going on right now, especially with China. You notice that, the photos with Biden, and Hunter Biden yesterday, and then now today we find out that the day before that the FBI has actually put out information letting us know that the US Treasury has actually gotten hacked. Let you guys know what information was taken and what we have to worry about. Then we got that woman, her name was Debrina, God bless the dead, Debrina Kowam, who was set on fire. She was killed in New York City train. She's finally identified. Her name, like I said, is Debrina Kowam. Also, we have another story where the man that was hit by a train after being pushed on the New York City subway tracks. Got other situations like companies over there. I don't know if you guys see this little post over here where it says companies backpedaling on DEI. Of course, I don't know if you guys know what that is. Of course you do. That's the diversity, where they're trying to make products diversified for all walks of life, LGBTQ, whatever. But of course, we already know that didn't do good for Bud Light. So now, companies, once Trump came in the office, now they feel like it's okay to not be so diverse and inclusive. We're going to go into that as well. And then, all the way in Virginia, we find that the FBI finds the largest explosive cache ever. I want you guys to really hone in on this one because there's a little tidbits of information inside of this story that we have to go over. So without any further ado, let's get into it.
These hackers wormed their way into the Treasury Department's network through a third-party cybersecurity service the agency uses. Now, the separate company Beyond Trust pushed out patches to some security vulnerabilities earlier this month, according to Reuters. Once in, the hackers were able to override the Treasury system. Now, these kinds of cyber attacks on U.S. agencies are happening more and more frequently.
We need to start changing behaviors on the other side rather than just constantly having this kind of escalation of their offense and our defense. The Colonial Pipeline hack was another key point. And then finally, we've got a tremendous private sector with a lot of capability. That relationship between public and private with our tech industry, they could be doing a lot of good.
Analysts.
So what I'm thinking of is this. you know, this is probably one of the reasons why they're being so stern on, you know, having TikTok, you know, still going on in the United States, because information like this and the way that they go about it, you know, hackers are very smart and very cunning. What they have the ability to do is to create a virus. It's like a hammer that's still banging at a wall and it just doesn't stop. After a while, that wall is going to get weaker and it's going to be able to be penetrated. That's what a virus does. Once a hacker creates it, he like sets it on your basically your website or your server, and all that virus does is just try to find a way to adapt and take over and find information out about, you know, whatever they can actually retrieve and send back to China in this case. And it's our treasury at this case. One of the major focal points of our economy.
Say the Treasury Department is a target for nation-state attackers. The agency is responsible for imposing sanctions on many adversaries such as Russia, China, Iran, and others. These hackers wormed their way into the Treasury Department's network through...
Yeah, so we got that going on, y'all. So there's nothing that we can do about it. We appreciate the fact that they told us what's going on, but all it's really going to do is make us nervous and wonder how vulnerable are we and susceptible to whatever they can do with us. How can we be so cool with China? And it's like we kind of take pictures with these people, you know, we hang out with them. Meanwhile, they're stabbing us in the back trying to do sneaky stuff. And we can't be so, let's say, acting like we're so good and so better, because to be honest, we have those types of people on our side as well, as far as what do you call them, spies and stuff like that. We're going to go into the small story that I talked about, the companies that are backpedaling on DEI. I feel like this is important because there's major losses in being inclusive, and retail giants are now jumping the ship. I am very strong on this area right here myself personally, because I've seen firsthand what companies do and the influence that they try to push on us when it comes down to being diversifiable and woke and all of that stuff. And you know, I sell a product myself and I want to get to as many customers as possible, but I don't want to dilute my brand in doing that. Sometimes you can do something like that. Case in point, Bud Light. You see what happened with Bud Light when they tried to be inclusive. They lost tons of their already established customers. So that's something that you have to really be careful about. Trying to be inclusive, and now the people that you have that actually were with you, they don't want to be with you anymore because they don't believe in you trying to push an agenda on them. What do you guys think about that? You know, Bud Light and the situation that happened with them and the way that they tried to do to diversify it, you know, diversify everything to try to make their brand more inclusive, to get like LGBTQ involved. What do you guys think about that? What's up, Joe? How you doing, Joe? Check this out.
Go down as the year that destroyed DEI. Major businesses and universities, a lot of them, are rolling back or scrapping their diversity, equity, and inclusion policies. Walmart, Harley-Davidson, Lowe's, Ford, Starbucks, Google, the list goes on. And that trend expected to continue in Trump's second term.
President Trump is certainly going to make sure that his administration gets out of the quota business and gets focused on making sure that our corporations are about productivity. We've seen whether it's John Deere or Tractor Supply, all the way to Walmart, which is one of the highest, if not the highest grossing company in the world, making a decision to move away from DEI.
One major company is actually bucking the trend towards merit-based. Big box store Costco pushing back against the changes so many others are now making. The Board of Trustees is urging shareholders to vote against a measure that would scrap its DEI program. And they write, quote, "Our efforts at diversity, equity, and inclusion remind and reinforce with everyone at our company of the importance of creating opportunities for all. We believe that these efforts enhance our capacity to attract and retain employees who will help our business succeed."
So basically, Costco is going to stay inside of the agenda and try to continue to keep on pushing the companies that they work with on these programs to try to get you to be diversifiable. They want you to include and everything like that. To be honest, I think about it like this. As a kid, you want some of this? It's going to make you do this. Yes, it's going to make me strong. So as you grow older, believe it or not, when people see stuff like that in commercials, how you doing, and all of that flamboyant whatever stuff, and they're drinking the product that you're supposed to be putting inside your body, they're like, you know what, I ain't drinking that because I don't want to make it like me. Make me like that. And that's on the fundamental level. We know it's not true. But I don't even want to represent a brand like that. I don't want to have that can in my hand if that person has already done that. That's another way you got to look at it. And you're trying to force it on people, which is crazy.
Jason Chaffetz, Fox News contributor and former Utah congressman, joining me now to talk about this. So, Jason, it looks like everybody else kind of got the wake up in November and realized that people don't like this and people don't want to be told what to do, except for perhaps Costco. Do you think Costco will also just change its mind in the next new year when they realize that they're going to be left behind?
Well, the American people are voting with their wallets. And if they don't provide a good product, a good service, and darn good hot dogs like I like, then, people will walk away. But look, they're a very profitable and very good company. But they also, if you really dice down and look at their statement, look, if they have a diverse workforce, more power to them. What I want to make sure that they're doing is providing products and services, not pushing a political agenda. But I think as the employees there at Costco, they want to make sure that they can progress in their jobs based on merit, not on skin color, not on some other diversity, equity, and inclusion metric, but based on merit. And as long as they're doing that, then they'll succeed like these other companies. And some of these others have been pushing products on the American people that are highly offensive. And you don't want to go in your store and see their political agenda shoved in your face.
That's a major point that I wanted to get to. I remembered he said that, so I wanted to let it get to that part. One time I got on a train, and they have the monitors now on the subway where they can show different stuff. They had like the LGBTQ colors up there. That's not cool. I wish I could sue them for that. Literally, I wanted to be able to sue the MTA for actually advertising something like that. Like it's Pride Month. I don't give a rat's ass. I'm not gay, and I don't want to see that. And it shouldn't be something that's portrayed so big where everybody can see it. That's what you prefer. So what? Keep that over there. Why is it in our products and in our face and all of that all of the time? I'm tired of that crap. You can't even go around certain neighborhoods in certain months. June, forget about it. Don't go to Chelsea. Don't go to Chelsea in June, especially on 8th Avenue where they got them little shops and stuff. Trust me. Telling you straight firsthand. What's up, yo? What's up, what's that? Hamstar. Hi from Australia. We got Australia in the building. How y'all guys doing today in Australia? Okay, so now that we off of that with the agenda and the woke agenda and all of that, I want you guys to know some updated information on the woman that was set on fire and killed on a subway. She was identified as Debrina Kawam. I want you guys to see who this person was, because all we saw was what happened to her. We need to know actually what she looks like and basically what they're doing to follow up, especially people that are in New York City that are actually interested in knowing who this person was. And I know I'm definitely interested in knowing who she was, so we're going to do some reading today like we don't normally do. Let's go. Woman burned to death in New York subway identified as Debrina Kawam. New York police announced on Tuesday that they have identified the woman who died on December 22nd after being set on fire while inside of a New York subway train as a 57-year-old from New Jersey. The woman, Debrina Kawam, had a Toms River, New Jersey address, according to the NYPD. Authorities previously said that they were using forensic and video surveillance to identify the victim, who was burned to death on a subway train in Brooklyn. The man accused of lighting her on fire, Sebastian Zapeta, was taken into custody hours after. He has since been indicted on murder charges and arson charges. Zapeta remains jailed. Federal immigration officials say that the 33-year-old is from Guatemala and entered the U.S. illegally. New York Mayor Eric Adams said that on Tuesday that Kawam had a brief stint in the homeless shelter system and that authorities had been in contact with her next of kin. He did not say when Kawam was in the homeless system. They're talking about the lady that he set on fire. Hearts go out to the family, a horrific incident to live through, Adams said to unrelated press briefings. So yeah, this is the guy that did it. And I keep on saying to everybody, they keep laughing at me, but I'm saying leave him in that suit and do the same thing that he did to her. That's what I'm saying. Let's get real justice going on. So now they're gonna be like, yo, you know what? I decide I'm not gonna do something like that. So yes, this is her at a younger age right there. It's her at a younger age right there. That is her right there at a younger age, right here. That's her, right here. This is Miss Debrina Kawam. And our hearts go out to you here at the bottom line. That's why I'm pushing this story. I'm not gonna let it die. I don't care if y'all can leave and get off the channel, whatever like that. I don't care. I'm not gonna keep on playing videos and doing all types of stuff. That's not gonna be as far as like real reporting on what's going on with real people and just shift this lady like she's another story. She's not. She's a person. And I want to make sure that this story gets out. Tributes pouring in for Debrina Kawam after subway tragedy. This is a facial photo of Miss Debrina Kawam right here. That's Miss Debrina Kawam right here. This is the person that was tragically murdered and set on fire on the train. While the police looked on, and the criminal that did it came up closer and fanned the flames to make sure that she was engulfed. So again, I say, do unto him, like the Bible says, do unto others as you would have them do to you. We should not have to deal with the law when it comes down to this. I can't even give it a name, but I want to name this person because I'll probably get demonetized. But there should be some serious pain in the way that he expires from what he did to Miss Debrina Kawam. All right, let's go. Y'all know how this gets to me. After this, I'm gonna have to go get in a massage chair or something like that. But let's just keep on going, because now we got a man that was hit by the train after being pushed on the New York City subway tracks. Oh yeah, they caught the guy that did it too. This guy is actually lucky to be alive. I mean, you talking about being hit by a train. So yeah, this is what's going on. Kathy Holcomb, who was pushing her congestive pricing in order to push more people to go on the subway without being protected. So this is what you have to deal with if you live in the state of New York, which is also a sanctuary city. So that means that the people that commit crimes against you, they're going to get away with it and only get deported. Turn up the volume. Okay, let's turn it up. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, it needs all that volume right there. Thank you. Appreciate that, y'all. Thank you. Turned up the volume. See, it's always somebody. Hey, you up there, get your phone straight. I got 2 mics, just so you know. And I'm trying to stay on story because I know y'all be wanting to leave, so y'all shouldn't stop me. Because as soon as I stop doing something, y'all want to leave. There's a mic right here. There's a mic on me. I use the sound bar as well. If the majority of people are saying that they can hear me, you're going to get kicked out. Bottom line, you're messing with the show. Now, let's get back to man hit by the train after being shoved on the tracks in Chelsea. Same area where they go OD when it comes down to Pride Month. What's up? Let me see. I hear him fine. The mic on you isn't working well. No. I got it. Let me move it. It's because of the hoodie probably. So you know what? Doing it like this. Okay. You guys can hear me now? Can you 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 hear me now? I want to get into this clip right here. You guys call it. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. That one isn't working. Just the one I just got to for a replacement. All right, so I got to go back to the way I was doing it. Thanks, guys. All right, so this is going to work, but I'm trying to give you guys good quality sound, so I got to do it all on me now. Now I'm sure you guys can probably hear me because this is the one that came with it. Yes, yeah, now you can hear me, right? You can probably hear me now. You can probably hear me now. Let me know. I want to get the show going. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, cool. All right, so man hit by the train after being pushed on the subway tracks in Chelsea. Turn the soundbar back on. Hear the hiss. Let's go.
Hit by a one train after being pushed onto the tracks.
News 4's Chris Jose just got to that scene, has some alarming video of the moment that man was shoved. Chris, what can you tell us?
Right, and police now confirming a person of interest is in custody. As you mentioned a short time ago, we obtained surveillance video of the attack, which appears to be unprovoked and random. Again, this happened around 1:30 this afternoon. A warning to our viewers at home, the video is graphic and disturbing, but it's also worth noting the victim survived.
I got to get back to what I was saying because every time this pops up or something like this happens, it just brings me right back to Jokum Hokum. She basically is one of the worst people to actually have as the governor. We have a terrible governor who doesn't know what she's doing. She don't know her A from her elbow. And now she's forcing people to take the train more. If people understand how hard to do quality YouTube, they don't understand, y'all. They really don't understand. This shit is hard as hell. And I got mad stuff to do. I do the thumbnails. I do everything. And look what I get. I get 6 likes when 300 people was in here and no money. And then if I ask for some, oh, you begging. What? I'm up in here doing flips and bringing good content. But it's cool because I don't want to bring it up because then I'll be begging. But anyway.
Take a look at this video right here. The surveillance video shows the moments leading up to the assault. The suspect, wearing dark clothing and a hoodie, turns around and shoves the man off the platform as the train was pulling in. The victim, who was looking down on his phone, was completely blindsided. We froze the video before the train hit him. According to the NYPD, this all happened around 1:30 this afternoon at the 18th Street subway station on the 1 line. Law enforcement sources telling News 4 the victim was conscious and alert, and he's...
All right, y'all saw that happen. I'm going to bring it back again, and I know I might get in trouble for that. But what I want to ask you guys is this. Did you see the 2 guys that hopped the train and then hopped right back? Like, my nigga, run up on that dude, get him. Both of y'all, just help, do something. But then again, y'all remember what happened to Petty. So you got to be like this in New York. Seesaw, should I get the guy? Should I help him? Should I do this? And that's why they just say, you know what, let's just get the hell out of here, because if we help, now we gonna be in trouble for helping. Crazy. Is that your brother that did that? All right, so cool. Give me a second, yo. I like to get people going. I want to get these people going for real. Boom. So now, yeah, so now I like to really get people going because I got some people up on here. Any of that Diddy stuff, all this crap, whatever like that. I looks nothing like Diddy. Y'all want to play games and I love it because I'm the one. I am the one. I really am. Y'all messed up when I started doing this because I can fight for real and I act like that in real life. So when you can kick butt in real life, you don't be scared of people. So all these people that's talking this crap on here, I just got rid of them. Bang, bang, bang. Don't even need no what you call it. So I don't need no moderators. I'm doing it myself. I handle my own business like a man. What you say? They charged her for murder. They charged him like the one. Yeah, people real stupid, real stupid. I'm up in here telling real stories about real stuff, and look what they're doing. That's why we're going to go back, and because I want y'all to see this clip. I want y'all to see what happened. Watch this. It's crazy.
Right, and police now confirming a person of interest is in custody. As you mentioned a short time ago, we obtained surveillance video of the attack, which appears to be unprovoked and random. Again, this happened around 1:30 this afternoon. A warning to our viewers at home, the video is graphic and disturbing, but it's also worth noting the victim survived. Take a look at this video right here. The surveillance video shows the moments leading up to the assault. The suspect, wearing dark clothing and a hoodie, turns around and shoves the man off the platform as the train was pulling in. The victim, who was looking down on his phone, was completely blindsided. We froze the video before the train hit him. According to the NYPD, this all happened around 1:30 this afternoon at the 18th Street subway station on the 1 line. Law enforcement sources telling News 4 the victim was conscious and alert, and he's recovering at
All right, another thing. I got to show y'all something real quick since it's there. I want y'all to see this. Can we sue the subway for this? You see that pride flag right there on the train? It's got like red, orange, yellow, green, blue. Why is that on the train? Why is that on the train? I know we covering the other story, but what's that about? Y'all see what I'm talking about? That's when they're trying to push something on you. Agenda, agenda, agenda. I don't like it, and it's dead wrong. Dead wrong what happened to this man that got hit on the train too. But guess what? Dude that did it, he got his Ross caught. He got caught. And we got some content. Yeah, we got the content on when he got caught. Let's go.
A man is in critical condition tonight. Now to some breaking news. A man is in critical condition tonight after police say he was pushed onto the subway tracks as a train was pulling in. And Dave Carlin is live in Chelsea with that heart-stopping video. And we should warn our viewers, it is hard to watch, Dave.
We do need to give you that warning because it is video that is causing people to shudder. We had horror inside this station with a push that was timed just as a train was pulling in.
CBS News New York obtained this disturbing surveillance video showing a victim described by police as 45 years old standing on the platform when a man in a blue hooded jacket
standing on the platform holding his phone like this, facing the trains like this. What are you doing? You don't watch the news? People out of town, oh, New York, it's such a great place. I remember I was walking up the block one day and this dude said, oh, New York is so fantastic. You can just take your laptop out and sit anywhere and work. He must be from Ohio or something like that. How is that even vaguely important? No diss to Ohio, meaning that they don't get to see much and there's not a lot of buildings as far as tall buildings and things of that nature. Not a lot of people milling around. So when they see small things, they probably take it in a bigger stance than we probably would. So no diss to Ohio. What I'm basically trying to say is, how could something that small blow your mind? Oh, you can take your laptop out and go. So what? You can do that anyway. And when you're a New Yorker, nothing really fathoms us and makes us like, nothing's big to us because it's like, if it ain't ours, we don't care about it. Real talk. But, and then that also plays into the attitudes of people because, you know, we don't have such good attitudes with a lot of people. We don't, you know, when you go down south in certain places, you might walk to, like, let's say you're going to the store and you hear somebody say, hey, good morning, how you doing? They don't normally do that in the city of New York. We don't do that. They're pretty much a-holes and probably keep to themselves. And I can't even really get angry with them because of the fact that what makes people like that is, you know, what they're used to. And you got to be really safe here. It's like so many people trying to do the same thing and trying to get over. So you got to be that much faster, that much better, you know? And then at the same time, you have to protect yourself while you're here. So I call it like a shark tank. When you're swimming in a shark tank with other sharks, even if you get bit, you got to be able to swim and know how to maneuver through everything that's going on there. So this is a really hard one here. I got to be honest. It makes, like I said earlier, it makes you go like on a seesaw of what should you do? Should you help? Should you get involved? Because if you do, good, 9 times out of 10, you're going to go to jail, especially in New York. I got to be honest. You guys are probably going to look it up. You'll see. I've had a couple of fights when I was younger. Really good with these. But most of the time when you have a fight and you win, a lot of times the guy gets up and says, hey, it was 6 of them. And he calls the cops and you got to go to jail. Now you got to go back and forth to court over it. No BS, I'll be honest with you. So with that being the sentiment and understanding that, you got to realize sometimes, even if you win, you lose. Court, lawyers, all that crap, it's not worth it. And the way they set up in New York, Even if you win, you're gonna pay a summons or a fine or something. A minimum, they're gonna sting you. They don't care. They're gonna sting you.
Comes in from the left side of the screen, then out of view for a moment, and then back from the right side of the screen. With no apparent warning, he pushes the man just as the train pulls in. We spoke to a woman who says she saw everything, talking to us exclusively on the condition we not show her face.
It was pretty horrible. I'm okay now.
Was he pushed right in front of a moving train?
Right at the last second, right in front of the train. Just shoved right in front of the train.
Police say they caught a man they are calling a person of interest.
The older man who was pushed just walked slowly right onto the platform, perfect timing. The other man who pushed him was just walking slowly towards him and shoved him the last second.
And then did you see the rescue of getting him out of there?
I did not. I came up to the street, called 911.
The downtown side of the 18th Street subway station at 7th Avenue was closed. So the train could be kept at the station so investigators could interview the train operator.
Things seem to have gotten a lot worse, and I'm just so sad that it happened today. It breaks my heart.
New Year's, new fears. And Kathy Holcomb want us back on the train because she need that $3. And then she gonna try to get reelected. Oh man, man, oh man, oh man. What do we have going on here? This is really Gotham City I live in. This is Gotham. And yeah, you know I'm not gonna let y'all not see this guy and basically the recovery of them actually getting him out from stuck in the train. Gotta let y'all see that.
9th Street, Columbus Circle Station, where the suspect was taken into custody and has the very latest.
Take a look at this video of the suspect who is accused of pushing a 45-year-old man in front of a moving southbound 1 train at 18th Street and 7th Avenue around 1:30 p.m. on New Year's Eve. He's been identified as 23-year-old Kamel Hawkins of Brooklyn after being apprehended at Columbus Circle. He's being charged with attempted murder in the 2nd degree and assault in the 2nd degree. The victim was taken to Bellevue Hospital and is listed in stable condition. As you can see in this video here, taken by a witness who's...
Do y'all see this? This is God right here. This is God. This is a moving train, right? Rolled over. He must have wound up in the middle. Rolled over, and they're able to actually get him out.
saw the assault take place on the subway platform. He's alive while being lifted out from the tracks between the trains by firefighters, leaving subway riders in a state of fear by this random act of violence.
I have my 15-year-old with me, and I was like, step a little bit further away, and every time I looked down, I was like, this is something that could happen. So I actually already kind of had that little bit of anxiety from just what I've seen in the media.
Nobody stand next to those tracks when you're down there. Stand next to the wall. If you have to stand next to the token booth until the train come, I ain't gonna call you no name. I'm not gonna be mad at you because we understand what we dealing with. And the sad part about it is if you defend yourself in this city, you're going to jail. That man will get out of jail and get an ROR, released on his own recognizances. That's what he gonna get. Good morning. Happy New Year's to all the best. Happy 2025 to you too. Is it January 20th yet? I don't know, Sean. Is it? I said that this morning. I said 20 more days. But y'all know Joe can get crazy in the next 20 days. Joe could mess around and try to put the White House up for auction. You know how Joe do it. Joe don't care. Joe would try to sell a White House. Isn't it great how weak and cowardly the New York NYPD are? Hey, wait a minute. Let me explain something about the NYPD. If they do something as far as like arrest you and you want to do something as far as take them to court, the PBA is not going to get a lawyer for them anymore. They got to pay for it themselves. They're scared to do something, to walk up to you and to interact with you because they know that they have to take care of their own legal issues now. There's a lot of stuff going on with defund the police that actually worked, and they took funding away from the NYPD. Plus, we lost over 45,000 officers, and a lot of senior officers were fired and let go during COVID. Remember, you don't want to get the jab, the shot. So a lot of those people were gone, as well as like senior firemen and officials, which is why we have a weak government in New York. And we have Kathy Hochul as our governor. And I forgot the lady's name, who's the police commissioner. Both of them need to leave. And then the lady that do sanitation, she need to go too. Call me what you want. Call me what you want. I want us to, yeah, put them white men back in there that got the white hair. Call me what you want. I'm sorry, because I'm tired of the crap. And just before you get mad and you leave, let me tell you what the commissioner said, the police commissioner. Before you get mad at me, she said she's scared to go in the train station with her child. She's scared to go in the train station. Kathy Hochul uses who she is as far as the governor to go down there and act like everything is okay. And then she comes on here and lies to us and says it's a safe place to be, a safe place to go. Now she's forcing people to do congestive pricing where people in Queens, one little hop, skip, and a jump over have to pay up to what, $23 something to get back and forth to go to work. That's not right. Or take the train. We know what you're doing. We know what you're doing. We're not stupid. All right. See how many people got mad at me for the last comment. I'm going to eat it, though. Well done, dude, OG for sure. I'm hearing Clearwater is the worst, though. William Newman never used the subway. Divine intervention, always on the sub. Never leave home unprotected. Ad Victoriam. Bro, the fact that the man survived getting mangled and electrocuted can only be God. There you go. You see that? Ad Victoriam. I rock with you, dog. I seen you here before. I rock with you. The only way that the man survived getting mangled and electrocuted can only be God. OG Snap, facts. What's going on? One time, Brad, it needs to hurry and be the 20th. Mustard! Dead boy 808. Defund the priest. I'm ready. This year is going to be an interesting one at the very least. Oh God, go cry about the unfunded police. What's their budget, like $3 billion? Yeah, I'm gonna let you get that off because you got your opinions here. You can say what you want. So you cannot hack the Treasury online? I don't know, can you? It looked like they did it. They definitely did it. They definitely did it. Okay. I got two more bangers. Y'all ready for this one? Oh, I mean, I don't even know which one to do. But let me just get this out because I want to finish this up because she's definitely I'm gonna make sure that she gets her run when it comes down to the person that got set on fire. I think we've covered that enough. So yeah, I'm not gonna play this one. So I definitely know that we done got into that enough. So that means that we're gonna go to Virginia. What we going to Virginia for, Bugatti? We going to Virginia because the FBI says that it seized the biggest cache of explosive in its history from a Virginia farm. That's right. They found explosives on a farm in Virginia. Check it out.
To some breaking news now, the FBI.
I've seen a huge difference in my gut health and skin. Ever since adding a probiotic, I've never felt so confident.
To some breaking news now, the FBI arresting a Virginia man earlier this month after finding what prosecutors described as the largest seizure of homemade explosives in Bureau history. In court documents, prosecutors say Brad Kenneth Spafford is an extreme danger to the community, and they're trying to keep him in jail. They say he had a stockpile of more than 150 pipe bombs, with some preloaded into a wearable vest. Let's get right to our Ken Delaney. And Ken, what is Spafford charged with right now? And what else did investigators say they found?
As of now, Valerie, he's only charged with illegally possessing a short-barreled unregistered rifle, but it seems pretty clear they're planning more charges. They were arguing to this federal judge that he should not be released on bond because he's a danger to the community, not only because they recovered that massive cache of explosives, but because he appears to be an anti-government extremist. They said that he was using pictures of President Biden for target practice, and he talked to a neighbor about bringing back political assassinations. So he appears to have some very extreme beliefs, and the federal government wants him behind bars. That's where he is right now while a judge considers the evidence.
We know he was only recently arrested, but this investigation goes back at least a year, right?
That's right. A neighbor became interested in him when he moved to the area near Norfolk, Virginia, and noticed that he had lost some fingers and learned that it was because of his handling of homemade explosives. And that
Did y'all hear this? Lost some fingers. Y'all know the only people that lose fingers. I don't know if you guys know about this, but I've seen a lot of movies where the army or when certain special forces come in and they try to find terrorists who actually are the ones that make the bombs. They always look at their hands because they got to deal with explosives. So a lot of times they lose fingers, limbs, they got burn marks all over them. So they're always looking for those people because those are the ones that are actually making the bombs. And you really need to get to those people because they're creating the havoc for those bombs to get blown up.
neighbor provided the tip to the FBI and also apparently recorded this person secretly. So the FBI has been watching him for a while, but they only recently got a search warrant to go to the residence, and then they found the explosives.
And Ken, what is his lawyer saying about all of this?
Well, his lawyer is pushing back strongly against the idea that he's a danger to the community. He hasn't spoken specifically to the seizures of explosives, but he's saying that the idea that this man is dangerous and an anti-government extremist is overblown and concocted, and there's no evidence of that. And
Okay, so let's get to some evidence of that, because you're saying it's overblown and concocted. Well, here's some information that I found about this gentleman, not whatever his name is. FBI finds largest explosive cache on a Virginia farm. I found this article very interesting, and I like to read to you guys because I don't want to just cheat and use other people's videos. But when I started reading this, I noticed some very key words that were very important that I wanted to really share with you. First of all, as you heard them say, not a threat. His lawyer was trying to basically pat it down like this is just some random act of crap that really doesn't happen. But I want you to listen to what I'm about to tell you. The FBI said it has discovered more than 150 bombs during a raid on a farm in Virginia, thought to be the largest such cache seized by the law enforcement agency in its history. Brad Spafford was arrested on the 17th of December in Isle of Wight County, 180 miles, 290 kilometers south of Washington, D.C. After a tip-off that he was stockpiling weapons and homemade ammunition in a property he shares with his wife and his 2 young children. Investigators say some of the devices were found in a bedroom in an unsecured backpack labeled hashtag No Lives Matter. Okay, so let's go back to what the lawyer said. He's not a threat. He's not a problem. All of this stuff is being overblown. Hogwash, right? Then they go into the house and they find the backpack with all of the weapons that were labeled hashtag No Lives Matter. An apparent reference to a far-right anti-government movement, which they also said he's not affiliated to, if you guys remember what the other reporter just said. A lawyer for Stafford denied he is a danger to the community and is seeking his client's release for pre-trial detention. Don't let this man out at all. He needs to stay where he at. And good catch, VA. Good catch. Glad you caught him. Because guess what? They probably saved a lot of lives in catching this guy. They probably saved a lot of lives in catching this guy. So that's a good one. Up to VA. Thank you, guys. And again, we at the end of our show. Like I said, we appreciate you guys for coming all the time. We've grown as a show. We've grown as I've grown and been able to bring you guys this information. We're going to keep it going. We're not going to stop. Work on that audio too. See what's going on with that other mic to make sure that we're clear. Might have to bring it down to I was thinking about just putting it on StreamYard, but I actually like the interaction and I like being able to be here on the screen. And if they try to play with me on messing with the videos, I'm actually in the video and you guys can see I'm actually commenting on it. So I think I'm just going to keep doing this and just get better at what I do and not worry about doing things the way other people do it. That's it. And I appreciate you guys, and I thank you for coming. And subscribe to the channel, yo. We're gonna keep it going. I try to give y'all more than more than just one thing that's going on. I try to cover a vast aspect of all that's going on so that we can do what? Can pool all of the information, use our rational minds, and then decide on what we want to do. You may not always agree with me, but what you will be able to do is always find a common ground in the comments, to always say what you feel, and always have a community of somewhere to get that off of whatever topics that we're talking about. We are all sensible people. I know how, I could tell everybody that's here got our heads on strong and we know what we're doing. So all I can say to you guys is Happy New Year. Stay safe. Take care of your family. If you live in the New York tri-state area, be careful on the subway. Chicago, y'all gotta, Y'all got to really watch out when it come down to them bang bang things. Be more understand when it come down to the H and, you know what I'm saying, what's going on with all the, you know, the people hurting out there. Want to give a strong shout out and love to North Carolina, to all of the regions and other areas as far as like Ohio, the Midwest that was hit with all of those tornadoes. We all in this together, y'all. We all Americans. And no matter if you're a Democrat or Republican, you're still a human being, and the way that you feel matters. So like I always tell you guys, you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So till tomorrow, get 'em. 1.